Hello guys, this is Pap from Pap back at it again, and here we come with the first video of the new year. Actually, not the new year now. First, I'm super happy because if the first video of New Year is Hero, that means that we're gonna have Heroes Hall of the Year. I really wish that. I really hope for that. So, as you may have seen from the thumbnail, I wanted to start with something classic. So, a Hero Alliance stack that now can have some more stuff to play with. So I kind of love it, not gonna lie. And keep in mind, this is still a version pre-structure deck. Keep in mind, these will become even better after the structure deck because we're gonna get cards like Crosskeeper that will make this deck even be able to draw even more. So it's a fun deck. Of course, it's not meta, but it's at least something we can play with, and it's not the classic the classic stuff we had for a year now or even more probably. So I'm kind of happy. But before jumping right in, guys, just a quick reminder: if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it really helps me a lot. Let's jump right into it. So I'm here with the normal Jaden, and you will understand why tomorrow I'm gonna have another video with the new classic alliance, right? So what's the new thing here? We're playing literally the triple emergency call. How emergency call is gonna impact the classic elemental hero deck, because we're talking about classic elemental hero deck, pure elemental hero deck, and of course the new boy, the winged Karibo level 6, an interruption that is so lovely, as you will see in the replays. You know, I was excited about this, but now that you have the chance to play it, it's really something more. As you know, the thing that you can do as an interruption that just pops, it doesn't negate, it just pops. But dude, the fact that you can pop not only when your opponent activates an effect, but also when he attacks. So what's the meaning of this? Is that when you bring this guy on the field, your opponent is forced, if he has low life points, he's forced to deal with it without attacking. And actually, how? Just with the back row. Because if he activates an effect, we can just chain this in response and get the damage done. Plus the destruction, of course. And that's super important, right? Now, the thing is, even if you just survive its first effect, he's gonna come back. And in a deck that can spam so many fusions, thanks of course also to Neo's fusion, well, this is actually like, something, it's like a recurrent thing that keeps on coming back and you have to deal with it. It's just like a curse for your opponents. Trust me, this thing is gonna be lovely. We're gonna play just one because in theory, one is fine, as this thing can special summon itself from the grave. That's why one should be fine, unless your opponent starts to banish it. Maybe if Diddy Crow becomes more of a thing, you can decide to play a couple. But keep in mind, one is fine because as it is treated as elemental hero card, you can set it with emergency call. Of course, triple guys, don't actually throw at me the it's too much expensive. I mean, you saw what I did. I love hero. I can't play anything else but 3 emergency call. So if you're a hero player and you like to watch my content, be aware that we're gonna play triple emergency call in almost any deck, any hero deck. That's new. That is gonna be the usual from now on. So also, first of the year, heroes. I hope we're gonna get heroes for the whole year, guys. So we have a couple of stratas that is not really the one you want to see in your starting end, to be honest. Like, that's why we play, it's the only one we play 2 of. You want to see a Liquid Soldier in your starting end, you want to see a Blazeman in your starting end because you want to fuse, right? And then you want to see, of course, Neos, as it is the one that when you normal summon it, you can get a Super Poly or any of the other fusion card from outside of your deck. We're playing the triple Neos fusion that can give us access to actually Aeneas, so with Lazuli, or a production from the grave, or even more stuff to the grave, right? 30 cards, guys, just felt like was the best for me to work with. And triple Lost Winds, I'm kind of a fan of this card, and as, you have 3 Lost Winds, but it literally counts as 6 drop cards, because he comes back. And dude, if I love it. Like, again, these perfectly synergize even with the discard that you might need, but for the Super Poly or for the Elemental Hero Liquid Soldier. Same thing applies for, of course, Winged Kripo. These are cards that you can discard for your other plays because they will have a meaning even in the grave. They will have an effect even in the grave, and that's why we love this thing. Then the rest, guys, a couple of miracle fusion, right? Just to be sure that literally sunrise gives you value. Otherwise, if you just play one, you're gonna be stuck with that miracle fusion in your starting end as always. And guys, nothing for the extra deck. We're gonna go as always for the cheese, right? A couple of sunrise are fine. And then we're playing, of course, the Tornado, all of the targets for the Super Poly. Tornado, the Shining, and the Squirtle are the main ones. Wind, of course, for all the Speedway support and Lilask stuff. Dark and Light, right? Of course, they are the first ones. Then for the Neos Fusion, we have Brave Neos, and we send either the Back and Seaver or the Lazuli or the Kyroid. And then we have the Grand Neos as well, because as always, this is a cheesy guy, right? That can this guy alone can deal with anything because he doesn't target. Keep in mind that, and you can keep on using this thing as he bounces itself back to your hand, so you can keep on doing these potentially. And of course, just because also Grand Neos is something that can help you finish things. Your opponent is not gonna expect it. And last but not least, we have these couple of slots. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. You can play the classic stuff like genetic link stuff, or even the hero one, the driver, and maybe playing a third copy of Sunrise. But honestly, I wanted to play this. This is just so fun. The command merge plus the contrast thing. I just love it. It's so easy to get all of the Neoses in the grave, a couple of Neos in the grave to get the Grand Match done. And then if you actually manage to clear the field with your Stratos, you can manage to summon a Contrast Hero Chaos. That's, I think one of the best feeling for a hero player. Guys, again, this thing took me from Platinum rank 6 to Legend like in no time, honestly. It was quite easy, but of course it was Platinum. In Legend is going to be a whole other story. We know that. I'm not going to sell you this as the best competitive meta deck because I'm not. I don't want to joke on you guys, of course. I want to be honest. This is just something that you want to play if you want to enjoy heroes, and especially pure elemental heroes. Anyway, guys, that was all for the explanation. If you have any questions, don't forget to drop them in the comment section down below. And let's jump right into the replays. Here we go, my boys. First replay against Serokaiba Battle Chronicle, and it's him to go first, so let's see what he's gonna have. Of course, if we're lucky, no back rows, but it's almost impossible against Battle Chronicle. We know that, right? So let's see what we have. We got a couple of blue eyes. One is the alternative one, and then it's got the successor. So there you go. Actually, just that. So I guess we were lucky. So we started with the E emergency call to get the Liquid Soldier, and then the other one to get also the Neos. So we're gonna start first with the polymerization, fusing the Neos because we wanna force the back row, right? So we started with Sunrise and Liquid Soldier to get the draw, to get the Miracle Fusion to our hands, and that's lovely. And as you can see there, I just discarded the Winged Reaper because you can eventually special summon that from the grave. So we got Stratos to force the back row. It went straight away on Sunrise, of course. That makes sense. But now that just means we can special summon the Wigiribo by banishing the Elemental Hero Fusion monster from the grave. Then a Miracle Fusion to go straight away into the Shining. So eventually, why Shining? Because eventually we can get this thing back to our hand if it gets popped, right? So we attacked directly with that. Also because if we got just Sunrise, we wouldn't have been able to go through that. So with one attack. So he summoned the boy, then Ultimate Fusion to go into just the Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and then he went Xyz summoning into Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon. Keep in mind we have a back row, and that back row is the Lost Wind. Then he grabs another successor, so as always happens with Battle Chronicle, and then he's gonna rank up Xyz into Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Dragon. Then the effective pop, guess what? Being a Kuribo, actually I think he just targeted the guy. I don't think it made sense, but still, he targeted that. We used the effect first 2k damage to the face. Monster Reborn to make it come back. Oh, dude. Then he's attacking, but in the damage stab, we just went with Lost Wind. He's still gonna be able to pop the Shining, but we're gonna get both the boys back to our hand. That's lovely. because now we can go into the Neo Summon, as you can see, and getting the skill down to grab another polymerization, because now we're going into another Sunrise this time with another double draw, right? Of course. So it comes, we're getting a Miracle Fusion and a couple of draws, then the Miracle Fusion to go into Grand Merge, but we're not done yet. Actually went straight away with Successor Soul to go into the Blue Eyes, actually, but this is not, I mean, this is not over yet, because we still have the Winged Kuriboh coming, and this was actually a blessing. Look at this. I was sure I had won at this point, but when we try to pop, he's got the protection from the new Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. So he protects, he pops, and we also lost Stratos. So, you know, from the point that I said, okay, I just won this, I said, oh geez, I've just lost. But I forgot that this guy's effect activates also when he attacks. So he attacked, effective in Kuriboh, pop, destroy, damage. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Second duel, my boys, we got Barian Battle Morph. So it's us to go first. We got an Oswin, we got the classic Neos Fusion. So we send Lazuli to Grave in order to get the Neos back to our hands so we can normal summon it. And of course get the Super Poly. So we got a couple of defensive plays and the protection from destruction in the grave. This is actually pretty nice, especially against the Scepter play, you know, when he used as an Xyz material to pop stuff. At least Brave Neos can survive, luckily. And he went for the triple stuff, of course. I decided to go Super Poly straight away to avoid him getting the pop without response, right? And then, but he still has, of course, he can just Xyz summon there, use the effect to draw a card, and then rank up Xyz into Vespinato, and then double set. He's attacking, guess what? Damage stop. We go Lost Wind, we keep everything there. At this point, emergency call to get the policeman because we got the Liquid Soldier, so we just want to draw. We're gonna get the polymerization, it's got the Xyz import to steal that, but we don't care about that because the effect is still gonna be applied and we can just go polymerization, this time using the Brave Neos. So eventually, if we banish, we got this thing with the effect, Liquid Soldier to draw a couple of cards, Sunrise to get, of course, the Miracle Fusion in this chain aura, and then I think I misplayed, guys. I should have used the second Miracle Fusion. I was greedy, I wanted to save that for the next turn, but actually not realizing that if I had used this second Miracle Fusion, I would have gone, I would have had lethal. That's just it. So I'm attacking and popping the back row, that was nothing actually, because now with the Vespinato, he brings back a boy. So he special summon the Scepter, he gets his Sovereignty, but now if I had another monster, I would have just gone for a lethal, so that was my misplay. Let's see what he has now, so he can do all of his stuff back again on the field. Couple of monsters, one from hand, one from deck. Then he's got the normal summon, the third Scepter, right? So he gets another monster in his hand. Xyz summon is going straight away into Deltaros, this time to pop no response, and that's tough. So he's gonna pop what? Actually, he popped also the back rows, and also the what's the name? The Shining. But because we had nothing banished, we just lost its effect. So at this point, I'm just attacking. I don't know why he didn't rank up because maybe he does not have Leo at this point, I guess. And he went with the Sage. We feel kind of safe because we got Kairoid, right? But let's see what he's going for. He's got the triple summon, basically triple monsters on the field. So Xyz into Star, Seraph, Entry. That is a problem. Now, because he's special summon from the actual deck, Lost Wind is coming back, double Lost Wind is coming back. He used to land straight away, even though we didn't use on him, so he clearly does know what it was, how it works. But he's still popping our Sunrise and then attacking directly. I'm using Kairoid to avoid the damage. We have a couple of Lost Wind there. I just had the Neos Fusion, guys, but at this point, I don't know why I forgot to put the Grand Mole in the attack. That's why I didn't summon it. Otherwise, I had lethal because I had Neos Fusion, Grand Mole, and then bouncing this. full of misplay. He went with the Mystical Space Typhoon to pop that. I just used that in response, of course, because the negation is permanent. And then start Seraph Sage to get another monster on the field, Xyz Summon, Staring Knight, using the effect. But guess what? Other Lost Wind to stop that. So, we are safe thanks to Kaido, because this thing still attacks twice, right? So, first Kaido, and then we can take 2200 damage. That's fine. Oh no, let's see what we got. The last thing we have is emergency call. At this point, I just grab Stratos, as Stratos can look for, guess what, the Winged Kuribo level 6, banish a fusion monster, have them in Kuribo, attack, just get damage done, and he's got, at this point, start set of scouts to go into, to use the effect, but straight away, Winged Kuribo, not negates, but interrupt that with the pop and the damage. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Third duel, my boys, we got... This was not variance because he didn't activate in the beginning. So we got emergency call to begin with, grabbing the Liquid Soldier, then Blazeman to get, of course, the Poly. And you don't know how good it is, the emergency call. Now, keep in mind, something like that wasn't possible before, because to search a Liquid Soldier or to search a Blazeman would have cost you your normal summon, because you would have had to normal summon Stratus, but now you can search what you're missing before your normal summon, and that's why emergency call is just lovely. So of course, Sunrise, Liquid Soldier, draw 2, he's got the Moonlight Shield, so no search here. That's unfortunate, but we still get the draw 2. And then just a sat, we also have the back and Saving Grave. We are kind of in a good spot. So Gunkan Sushi, so he comes overlay control with the continuous spell. He started with the Dreadnought there, and then drawing a card, overlay network to get a card from among the Xyz materials. Then it's got the second effect, Gunkan Tsuship Oni, revealing the Shari, going for the special summon. Then it's got also the Ikura in his hand, so he has more. To level 5 into Zenmayo, he needs another set, so he's gonna set his own monster to be able to pop my back row. But guess what? I can chain Lost Wind to his Dreadnought, and he had to chain that, but just to negate actually Lost Wind, and that's fine. Then he attacked that, but Back and Saber can negate the attack, so we can save our Sunrise at this point. Blazeman, and I actually misplayed because I should have not gone into Blazeman. I had no more polymerization in the deck. I should have summoned Neos to get either a Poly, actually a Poly to go into a second Sunrise, and then Miracle Fusion to draw 2 more cards, but I misplayed here, so I should have summoned Neos. Instead, I went Neos Fusion straight away to get the boy done, then Sunrise to pop the spell. It's got the negation of Dreadnought in the damage step, in the battle phase, sorry. So we popped the boy, and we got a Neos Fusion to our hands, and then we just attacking. At this point, we are in a good spot because we have a full field, and he wasted already some stuff, but he got the painful decision. So he has a couple of summons, Ikura to excavate and draw, and he actually got anything. Then another Xyz into the Castel. Let's see his target, but Lost Wind comes back, as you can see. Now Castel to shuffle the Brave Neos, and then Zenmayo to get rid of Sunrise that had his effect negated, clearing my board. But I have also Lost Wind ready eventually. Now we can go with Neos correctly, and we still had to use the skill, so here it comes, but we're getting just a Miracle Fusion because we have a Liquid Soldier in the grave. So Miracle Fusion to get the second Sunrise on the field, and getting, of course, the draw and the search again, because this Miracle Fusion was just created from outside of attack. Then we also drew the Super Poly, then Emergency Call to get the Winged Kuribo, Super Poly, discarding the Winged Kuribo to get rid of one of the monster, Great Tornado to cut the attack in half, then Miracle Fusion, second one to go into Grand Merge, and we're not done yet, then Winged Kuribo there, and now we're attacking. And Sunrise to pop the field spell. It's got the Book of Eclipse, but of course he can't do that much. We still pop the field spell, but we're also drawing like 4 cards, dude, and we have the interruption there. So he draws, he scoops. That's how you do, my boys. And this was a rank up. There you go. So for duel, we got Shadows. Let's see, it's him to go first. Let's speed things up. Let's see what he has. So Riliona, the perfect starter in a 30 card deck. So he can get this fusion out. He's got the construct. He's got a couple of set shadows. Then the construct to trigger the getting the incarnation. He's got also the shadow fusion, as you can see. But as I saw, he didn't look for the schism, and that's kind of weird. So he's got the Winda though, and I was fine with that because I had nothing here, so I just had to go with Neos Fusion, and of course get my Brave Neos there. Lazuli to get my Super Poly, and then Neos to normal summon, of course, get the Super Poly, but just for next turn, guys, because we're done with the special summon, not only for Winda, but just for Neos Fusion, so keep in mind that. Then a couple of actually triple set, and we're just attacking. It's got the Incarnation to summon the boy, the construct to send the hound that can flip up the Shadow Dragon and actually pop that, and then I'm just going with that. I'm gonna leave, of course, the Winda on the field because, you know, so he now is forced to special summon once. He's not summoning actually, it's just attacking. And here, guys, I misplayed, unfortunately, because I had the Super Poly. He asked me to activate in the battle step, but I should have waited for the damage step. I misplayed, I did this in the battle step so he could chain the Incarnation, save his boy there, his Shadow Construct, and that's fine. I just wasted the trap card, basically. At this point, I'm still attacking. He went with the Shuttle Fusion to go into another construct. That is not a problem, because now my first last wind comes back, and when he activates the other Shuttle construct, the one on the field, I can chain the second last wind and negate it. And keep in mind, the first is going to come back to my field, so it's going to get a couple of stuff to his end, but he can't send anything though, and that's what we wanted to avoid. So we got the first last win ready, we're going to attack, he's going to use the effect now, so he gets even more cards to his end, but now because we don't control monsters special summon from the extra deck, he can't use Shuttle Fusion to sending monster from the deck. That was crucial. So he's got the Dark World Deal Links, that's fine. I discarded Liquid Soldier because we have the Mythical Fusion eventually. Then Blazement to begin with, preventing a polymerization. He's got the Incarnation to bring the construct back. But when he uses the effect, guess what? The first lost win comes back and negates that effect. I think at that point he just wanted to send the Schism, and I'm just avoiding that. Keep in mind it. So polymerization now into Sunrise. And Sunor, of course, is going to provide another Miracle Fusion. Miracle Fusion to banish the Liquid Soldier, so this time we're also getting the draw. Second Sunrise touching the field. Liquid Soldier granting a couple of draws, and then we're just attacking. Popping the back rows, that was a Shadow Fusion, actually a good pop, honestly. And then first one, he gets the stuff back, but we don't care. Then attacking, he's got nothing, but we still had the Super Poly, just in case. That's how you're doing, my boys. There you go. Last but not least, against yugioh, let's see what we have. It's him to go first, and it's actually Unchained. Interesting to see, right? So it's got the Arua to begin with. He's got also the Sarama, so to set the back row, he pops, he gets another boy back, so that he can link some straight away into Unchained Soul Overrage, of course, and then he's gonna hand the field. So with the back row, and of course the Soul of Rage. Now, emergency call, this time we just need the Neos, right? So we went with the Neos, we grabbing the Super Poly, he missed the spot to interrupt here, so we can just go Super Poly with the Link Monster, so he cannot Link Summon with my stuff. Escuridao is here, and he stopped here. And then we got the Neos Fusion to go straight away into Brave Neos, because we want to search even more Neos Fusion. Then he popped his own trap card to summon the boy, the Unchained Soul, to pop this Escuridao because he knows this is protected by Neos Fusion. I'm attacking at this point to get the search and thin the deck out. I feel pretty safe, not only for last win, but also because of Kydroid, of course. It just sets a card, we're chilling. Miracle Fusion to begin with, going straight away into Grand Merge. But now, guess what happens? Ice Dragon's Prison, but, you know, the only warrior you could summon was Escuridao, but Escuridao cannot be special summoned by other ways except by fusion summoning. So he couldn't do anything but back and saver. So Neos Fusion into Grand Neos bouncing the monster at this point. We're just attacking, getting another search, and Grand Merge going for lethal. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. And this was my second rank up from Platinum 7 to Legend Rank 1. Guys, that is all for the first video of the year. Of course, it's Heroes. I'm super happy it's Heroes. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Stay tuned. Tomorrow there's going to be another one back to back. And thanks a lot for watching. As always, see you in the next one.